What is up, everyone? Thank you again for tuning in and checking out another video. And as you can tell, I'm not in the Garage of Awesomeness. I'm outside enjoying some of the beautiful weather this weekend. A couple clouds in the sky, got the mountains in the background, but I figured this would be more fitting to do in kind of an open environment. Now, in the last couple of videos, I know I was talking about doing a lot of work to my 5th gen, to my 2024 Mega Cab, which I am doing. Here in the next week or so, that truck should be on a rack and pretty much have everything underneath as far as the axles and suspension apart, so I can do paint and powder coat on that, which I will be vlogging for you guys and gals to show you, and kind of showing you the before, the during, and the after on that, which I'm pretty excited to do. This will be the first time that I've actually done something like that on a newer truck, so I'll be kind of learning as I'm going. So we'll do this together, right? All of us, right? Me, all you guys and gals. But I did mention that I wasn't really going to be getting anything else truck-wise, so I could focus on the 5th gen. Well, I lied to myself. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. The truck's going to be on the rack for a while, so I wanted something else to kind of tinker with. Just little stuff, right? I'm not going super crazy with this thing yet, but I couldn't resist. I've been watching this truck for a hot minute. The story behind it's pretty awesome. The truck is a Southern truck. It spent most of its life down in Arizona, with the last couple of years in New Mexico. So as far as rust goes, there's virtually none on this. Now there's some surface rust underneath, you know, on the frame and axles and suspension, things like that. But the truck itself, body-wise, everything. I mean, it's a clean truck, right? And this is a grandpa truck. And guys and gals, when I tell you grandpa, I mean, this thing is chromed out, stock, and well, I'm just gonna show you. Now, a little backstory on this truck. Okay, this bad boy right here, which is my next rehab, my truck therapy truck, right? 2014 Ram 2500 crew cab, loaded Bighorn, right? And we'll get to that in a second. The color is, I believe, True Blue or Patriot Blue or Navy Blue or whatever you want to call it. I know Ram has called it a couple different colors over the years. This is actually my second dark blue truck that I've had in the last couple of years. I did a 3rd gen, I want to say 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, that was in the same color. That truck I completely repainted because it was two-tone. This one, this is it. I'm not painting the entire truck. Now, I am going to color match a lot of this stuff, but this is it. I couldn't resist. I've been watching this thing on Marketplace for a while. The previous owner of this truck was super awesome. Sold it, and well, it's come to a great home, right? Now, the origins of this truck was, it was a sold order back in the day, obviously 2014, to a gentleman that I guess had owned some properties and tracks down in Arizona. He used it to go to and from all the different places. Then it went to a racer at one of the tracks down there who towed his race car to and from the track with this truck. I guess the trailer never really came off of it. And then the previous owner who I bought it from bought it because the history behind it was pretty awesome. The truck is in really good shape, and it was all stock, not deleted, not lifted, not leveled. I mean, stock wheels on this thing, stock size tires on it, and chromed out, okay? So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna go over a few details with you guys and gals on this truck, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with it. Because I'm not lifting this thing, right? Everything that I've had for, I can't even tell you how many years, I've leveled, I've lifted, I've done 35s, 37s, 38s, whatever, big tires on them. This one I'm gonna do something a little bit different, only because I wanna kind of venture out of the norm, right? At least for me, because at the end of the day, if I wanna go to, you know, throw a Carly kit on this thing, throw some 37s, 38s, I can, but I wanna try something different. This truck is gonna get reverse leveled, and I'm going to put together just a fun little street truck. That's it. I'm gonna delete this thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of power to the hood, some powder coat, and clean it up and all that kind of good stuff, right? For you guys and gals viewing pleasure, because my OCD won't allow me to just leave it all stock. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, and we're gonna walk around this bad boy right here. And I'm gonna show you all the stuff on the truck right now, what I'm gonna be changing, and hopefully I can give you guys and gals a good idea as to how this truck is gonna sit very soon, okay? Because I haven't done anything to this truck since I got it, just so I can make this video for you guys and gals. Now, that's not really like me. Obviously, I have rinsed it off, right? I haven't washed it, but I did rinse it off. But I've already got parts on order for this thing. I'm already swapping wheels and tires on this thing as soon as I get done with this video, and that's it. So let's get the video, or God, let me get the camera flipped around so you're not looking at my face, and I can show you the truck. All right, so here's a better view of what I'm starting with, right? Now this thing, again, 2014, pretty loaded Bighorn. So it's got the chrome on it. It does come with the fog lights from the factory, which I'm a fan of. Halogen headlights, halogen fog lights, chrome grille inserts. This thing's even got the chrome caps on the mirrors. It's got all, I mean, chrome for days, right? So first things first, obviously, we've got the stock size 18s on this thing. It's got the Firestones. Those will be coming off. I got a set of stock 5th gen 20s, the black ones, that I'll be throwing on this thing here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. Next up, I'll be taking off the chrome running boards because the truck's not going to sit really at this height for too long. Moving up, obviously, these are coming off. These are all coming off, and I'll be swapping out the door handles for just some painted factory ones. Because the nice thing with this truck is it does not have the keyless go system on it. So as far as swapping the door handles, yeah, it does take a little bit more time in these compared to 3rd gens or 2nd gens, but I want it all to match and look good. Last but not least, these will be coming off sooner than later. Only because, well, 2 reasons. 1, they're chrome. 2, the actual mirrors themselves on both driver and passenger side have a tendency to kind of shake kind of bad while I'm driving, and I can't be having that. So the goal at the end of the day is to swap these out, get rid of all this, get rid of all this stuff down here, and get these bad boys off. Swap into the black 5th gen 20s for the time being. I've already got some wheels for this truck. I just need the tires to arrive so I can have them mounted, balanced, and I'll throw them on. Now up front, this is the fun part. So I haven't messed with it yet, but it does have this chrome bug shield on it, which is going to be coming off. Obviously the grill will be swapped out to a painted to match grill. I'm unsure on the inserts yet, whether I go with something like a limited style or a Longhorn, or just stick with kind of like the black honeycomb, not really sure. I'll be swapping out the bumper for a painted to match setup and probably getting rid of the valence. I'm not really sure yet, or I might just trim it a little bit and clean it up. Fog light wise, I'll be going with a set of CJC. They've got a kit for the 4th gens and the 5th gens and the 3rd gens, if I'm not mistaken, to swap those out to a Baja Design pocket style fog light kit. Headlights will be Alpha Rex, not really sure which ones yet, but it'll all be LEDs by the end of the day. Now, get a good look. And I don't know if you guys can really see it, but the front driver and passenger glass themselves are pretty scratched up. I don't know if you guys can really kind of see in here. And the trim on it has seen better days. Obviously, if you guys have a 4th gen, you know this is bound to happen with this rubber, plastic, whatever it is. So I've already ordered new front driver and passenger windows for this thing to swap these out. I've already got all the trim coming from Gino's Garage, who had them in stock. So I'll be swapping these pieces out on the driver and the passenger side. And I will be taking off the vinyl between the mirrors because it is painted underneath here, just like the rest of the truck. So I think with the truck being the darker blue and having the vinyl gone, I think it'll still look really well once the new glass is in up here and everything's tinted. So yeah, that's a lot, right? And that's just up front. Now, here's where it's gonna get fun. Out back, and obviously, yeah, there are 2 different sets of tires on this thing, but it's okay, because these things are like brand new and I'm just gonna sell them. Underneath, I'm gonna be painting everything, right? The plan back here is to lower the rear end of the truck by 2 to 3 inches. So if I keep everything stock up here, height-wise, obviously swap out the shocks because these are blown, and lower the back end back here by about 2 to 3 inches, it may not sit perfectly level and might have a slight rake towards, obviously, in the back, which I'm okay with, but I'm trying to close this gap right here, right? So, wheels and tires, this thing's gonna get a set of 24 by 12 JTXs. You guys already know I'm gonna throw some Nittos around those. I'm thinking of probably a 305 35 or a 33 1250, so it should sit perfect. Worst case, if the back end comes down 2 inches and I have to bring up the front an inch, I'll do that with a spacer, or I'll see if I can find a set of front coils like a Thurin setup or something. Out back, just like before, painted to match rear bumper. I've already got, as you guys can tell, I already ordered a set of these to throw them on, which will be going on the new bumper, but I went with some LED ones. And then inside the bed itself, I will be doing a spray and bed liner, right? The truck has been used. Obviously, it's a 12-year-old truck, so I expect nothing less. and I'll be replacing all the plastics on this thing too. So the tailgate cap, I've got that on order. I've got the new bed rail caps on order. I'll be doing those after I do a little paint correction on the truck itself. So that way I don't have to really worry about taping the new ones off to get the rest of the truck looking really good. Taillights wise, I'll be swapping these out for a set of Alpha Rexes as well. Whether I paint match them or not, I'm not really sure. I may just kind of leave them and just plug and play and go. Third brake light up top, that will be swapped out for a black LED that'll match the new taillights, the Alpha Rex taillights. So keep it all kind of going. This may be one of the last times you see this stock exhaust on here. Not for a DPF back kit, but the truck may go on a weight loss program before too long, so I can start kind of planning out my journey there as far as under the hood, motor-wise and transmission-wise. And obviously, well, those are coming off today. Interior-wise, the truck is actually in really good shape. Now, here's the funny thing. When I was talking to the previous owner, kind of over the last few weeks before we decided to meet up and do this, he had told me this truck had a slew of floor mats in it, right? So prior to this, obviously it has the factory mat, it had these mats, and then it had another mat across the top of it. So overall, the truck is actually in really good shape, right? Obviously, typical 4th gen, right? You got the trim kind of sagging down a little bit, so I'll probably order new trim or just kind of figure out how to get this secured up top up here, because it is doing it on both the driver and the passenger side, but I'm not super worried about it right now. This one, the cool thing with this truck is it was ordered the way it is, right? So the nice thing with that is the truck was ordered with the Alpine stereo system, which I'm a fan of. In the 4th gen crew cabs, I think they sound pretty good for a stock stereo, so I'm not going to really be messing around with that too much. Has a 60-40 split bench in the back. It does have the nicer cloth, and up front, you guys guessed it, it does have the bench seat, which again, my 5th gen's got the bench seat. I love the bench seat. I like the space that it gives. Plus I like kind of having it open down underneath here. So it does have the bench seat in it, has the Alpine, has the power slider. This is that big radio that I was telling you about, the Linkswell setup, which I'll be swapping out this week in favor of the factory 8.4 that the truck came with. And it's loaded. I mean, honestly, for a Bighorn, I'm pretty excited, right? I mean, this thing's got heated seats. It's got the heated steering wheel, obviously all the exhaust brake and the park sensor buttons over there. It's got the dual glove boxes in it. It's got the nicer cup holder set up, flip up console. So yeah, and I will tell you, the heated seats in this thing work, and they work well. Now, I will be swapping these out for leather, but that's not something I'm gonna do anytime soon, because my main goal for the truck right now, to keep it simple and to keep my focus on my 5th gen, is to do what I can do with limited time, right? So for example, wheels and tires, swap those out today for the stock 5th gen 20s. Rear, I guess the smaller coils for the rear, as soon as those show up, I'll be putting this back in this thing into the garage, get everything taken apart, painting everything, and then throwing the new coils in. Then I will take some measurements to see where it sits front and rear, because I'd like to actually, honestly, I guess for anyone wondering, I'm gonna do some before and after measurements of the front and the rear, and then obviously throw the new coils in the rear and do the same thing. So that way you guys and gals, if you're thinking about it, or if you just want something that makes it easier to get in, Coil Spring Specialties out of Kansas, they're the folks that I'll be working with on that. So I will keep you posted. But here it is. This is the new to me 2014 Bighorn 2500 diesel. And she is about to look a lot different. Well, not really soon, but sooner than later. And I bet you guys thought I was gonna forget about one more fun area. No, not the bed. We already went over that. Let's talk about where the fun's gonna happen in this thing, okay? Because I've done plenty of lifted trucks. I've left them stock for the most part right here. Let's talk about the plan for underneath here, okay? Now, as you can tell, it does have 2 yellow tops in it. Those were thrown in there, I don't know, a couple years ago. The truck starts just fine. Huge fan of Optimism, make great batteries. But where the fun's really gonna start underneath here is all this is gonna go away. That's the goal, right? The goal is 2nd gen swap with the 467, some 80% overs, 10 mil CP3, And that's it, right? Obviously, all the supporting mods for the valve train, head studs. I'm going to be throwing a fast 165 pump in here, so that way it gets all the fuel it can handle and cleaning everything up, right? Because obviously the truck's seen better days, right? But for the most part, it was taken care of pretty well. So all this will be cleaned up. A lot of these parts will be taken off and swapped, and that's it. So that's how she sits right now. And honestly, the truck runs extremely well. I mean, it's getting 18.2, 18.3 miles a gallon, which I can't complain with. But there are some spots on here where you can tell the truck was in the sun. So these will be getting swapped out as far as the molding goes. The windshield wiper cowl, well, it's seen better days. So I've got this on order, should be here this week, so I can swap this out, swap the windshield out, and I don't know if you guys caught it, it's got the old accordion style sun visor, I guess, or sunshade, whatever it is. So I will be obviously not reusing those. And the roof does have some peel on the clear coat, which I will be having the roof wrapped. I may do it in a gloss black, or I may just stick with this color. I'm not really sure yet, but that's it, guys and gals. That is the new to me 4th gen. This is Grandpa truck number 8, and she is going to be a fun one. So stay tuned. I'm jumping back into it with the 5th gen, but I couldn't resist not showing you guys this truck that I've had for a little bit now, that I couldn't be more excited to actually get to work on, because I think this one's going to be fun. The goal for this truck is to learn. The goal for it is to just do what I do, put something together that looks good, turns a couple heads, and well, make some power. So that is where we are at with it. One last thing. Now, I know that I could do all kinds, I mean, like my imagination could run 100% wild with this truck, right? The goal is simple and clean. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to put a bunch of chrome, and I'm not going to paint match everything on the truck, right? I still want something that still kind of embodies that factory feel to it, kind of like, I guess, OEM plus, right? That's my goal for this truck, with the exception of under the hood. Now, the power goal, right, which I sat down, kind of went back and forth with. I was like, well, what do I want to do? What companies would I like to, represent with parts? What was my goal? Okay, because a lot of times, when I've been doing research on the old interwebs and talking to guys that again know more about, power and tuning and all that than I do, you got to have a goal, right? Once you have the goal, then it's easier for people to actually help you figure out what you need to get there, right? So for example, I'm going to reverse level this truck. I did some research, scoured the old Grams of Insta and Bookface, reached out to some people that have reverse leveled trucks in a 4th gen 2500, and I heard a lot of the same folks as far as the replies, who'd you go to for recoils? So that's who I'm going to go to, right? And some of these guys have had these, setups on their trucks for 10, 20, 30,000 miles with zero issues. So that's a good thing. And a lot of them still use their truck to do mostly truck stuff, not everything. Power wise, right? I set out for 800. That's it. I'm not doing a 1,000 horse truck. I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't want to pull the block and throw rods and all that good stuff in there. I don't want to also launch rods and window the block by putting too much through it. So 800 is a very attainable, I guess lesser expensive in the grand scheme of things goal for this truck. Once I have a transmission behind it, Randy's transmission, obviously that is the go-to for me, right? Then I can start adding some power to this thing, and the goal is 800. If it does a little over 800, fine. But the goal is literally the first time I'm gonna start with 8, and that's it. I'm not gonna drive around with it at 800, but it's nice to know that if I put this thing down on a dyno, it'll do 800, hopefully relatively smoke-free, and that's it, right? That's the goal. So if you're thinking about putting together a truck, you wanna build something that's got some power, you wanna build something that looks good, just set yourself a goal, right? Come up with a goal, do some research, talk to the right people, and the next thing you know, whether it takes you 6 months or 12 months or 6 years or whatever the case may be, you get to that goal and you took the right steps to do it, so you're not spending money twice, right? Because I could add a 472 underneath here, I could throw compounds on it, I could do 150, I could do a lot of different things under the hood. But my goal is 800. Not 1,000, not 1,200, not anything more, because I don't want it to really smoke a lot, and I want something that still has decent spool up here at altitude, right? Because I'm not at sea level. And I don't plan on this thing being at sea level anytime soon. So that's it. So that's my TED Talk for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions on the truck, leave them down below, comments, whatever. Anything that you might be able to suggest that could help me figure something out a little bit better, easier, faster on this truck, let me know. But thanks for watching. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I hope the rest of your day is just as awesome. Have a good one.